In our residential buildings, about 1/8 of them roughly are heated by heat pumps. And that's rapidly growing every year, with more than half of new buildings, new residential buildings in particular, adopting heat pump technology. And that will probably grow to the very vast majority in the next 2 or 3 years. In our commercial buildings, where there's a lot of cooling needs, heat pumps are much more widely adopted. And finally, in industry, we're at the very early stages of heat pump delivery in industry. And what we see right now is with people who have existing chillers, so there's a lot of process cooling and refrigeration in industry, a lot of those chillers, when they come to end of life, are being replaced with heat pumps, where it's almost the same from the chiller perspective, but now they have an extra set of ports, so instead of dumping the heat into the atmosphere, it recovers that and brings it back in to heat buildings, to heat water, or to heat processes. So when we think about industrial processes like brewing beer or dairy pasteurization or things like that, or paper making, what we see now is heat pumps going into the process where they recover the heat at the end of the process to bring back into the beginning, and it very much reduces the energy needs of those industries. Heat pumps use electricity and they compete with fossil fuels, particularly gas and oil, for heating. And that requires, even though heat pumps are 4 times more efficient than a typical gas or oil boiler, it requires electricity to not be 4 times the price to make the efficiency gain create a really strong business case for the customer, whether it's a residential, commercial or industrial user. Right now, many countries tax electricity 6 times more than the price of the fossil fuel alternative. And when you do that and create that much extra tax and levy burden on electricity, it makes a heat pump much more expensive to run. So what we advocate for is a little bit of a rebalancing to really create that strong business case and allow people to adopt heat pump technology, which reduces European energy imports, makes us much more sovereign because we make our own electricity, particularly from clean sources. And that really creates a strong business case, a strong commercial incentive, and a strong security incentive to make sure that Europe relies on itself for its energy needs. When we think about the heat pumps that are deployed in Europe, most of them are made in Europe. They're made by European brands in European factories. And we can produce many more times the amount of heat pumps than we currently deploy in the Union. But more importantly, when we think about the value add, heat pumps use electricity, which is made in Europe. It's clean, vast majority of it's clean, some is from fossil fuel, but that fossil fuel share is rapidly diminishing. And the alternative, when we think about a gas or an oil boiler, that value add, maybe 13,000, 15,000 euros over the life cycle of the average gas boiler or oil boiler in Europe, that value add is all created abroad. Because there's lots of different people in the value chain. And there's white collar, there's blue collar, there's financiers, there's plumbers, there's quite a wide range of people. When we think about the residential side, the main challenge in terms of upscaling is people to move from fossil fuel boilers over to heat pumps. And as part of that, they need to learn about refrigerants and new refrigerants, particularly flammable refrigerants. So we have a project called the SkillSafe project, and that's really aimed at harmonizing the guidance so that each country can take some guidance, translate it into their own skills development, implement it and certify those skills. And there's many different European funded projects to really address those skills through universities, through capacity building, direct engagement with engineers, and really looking to develop the understanding of what is needed. And it's probably more about an awareness raising of the opportunity of industrial heat pumps to recover energy and to use it to displace imported energy, increase competitiveness of the factory it goes into, and really decrease the amount of greenhouse gases and improve the competitiveness and energy security of Europe as a whole.